The Brown County Board of Supervisors unanimously approved a management change at Austin Straubel International Airport tonight. The company Vantage Group now set to take over day-to-day operations at a much steeper price than previous management. Drew Best attended tonight's meeting. He joins us live in the studio after hearing from county officials. Drew.
Jason, the initial agreement places Vantage Group in the management role at Austin Straubel for 5 years with 2 mutual 5-year renewal options to follow. As we've reported, the correlating action is the removal of the airport's director, assistant director, and marketing and communications manager. Just 1 day after Brown County made Austin Straubel's management change public, some supervisors raised concerns about transparency to the community, knowing conversations had been taking place behind closed doors for roughly a year.
Having no opportunity to provide coverage or inform the people of Brown County, not being able to answer questions about misconceptions about what's going on, I think it's a disservice to the public.
County Executive Troy Streckenbach says this is because the proposal was not ready to be brought forward prior to this week.
We have FAA, we have TSA, we have a lot of different moving parts. We have an airport that has to operate. And so when you're to make a change like this, we have to do it calculating.
The 3 positions being replaced amounted to just over $326,000 according to the airport's 2026 budget. Meanwhile, the contract with Vantage Group posts a yearly fee of $950,000 plus a one-time payment of $350,000 for mobilization, all before added growth incentives. So I asked Executive Streckenbach,
can you anticipate the county giving more money in its budget to the airport in the future?
So part of our due diligence that we are working on, we reviewed and worked with Vantage to see, what could they do to help make sure that, one, we're not draining our fund balance from the airport, and 2, that we're, effectively increasing the revenues that could be generated off that. And so from that standpoint, in our review, they felt confident that we could move forward.
The airport runs as an enterprise fund, which means the increased expense will not affect taxpayers as it will be covered by airport revenue. And 3 impacted employees were offered a severance earlier this week. They will remain employed by the airport until mid-October and will also have the opportunity to interview for positions offered by Vantage Group. Jason?